Okay, hello and welcome to the 14th episode of Quizzing with Members, one of the most special properties or series that we have on this channel where quizzing fans and quizzing followers and quizzing enthusiasts from all over the world can join our little initiative and compete with each other while learning at least 16 new things or at most 60 new things. Sometimes they know a lot of things, like our reigning champion Pavan has been. He's been dominating last many episodes, and week after week, we've made 3 new contestants in the hope that there will be an upset. And let's see if today is that day. And yeah, very, very happy to call them one by one. Our first contestant is someone you've seen earlier on the quiz show. You've also seen him in Quizzing with Members in one of the earliest episodes. Give it up for Abhishek Vats.
Hi, David.
Welcome, Abhishek. Welcome back to Quizzing with Members.
Thanks.
Let's see what happens this time, Abhishek. Were you with Pavan in the earlier episode, or you were against
I
somebody
think
else?
in one of them.
You were with
Yeah.
Pavan. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. On that note, our defending champion, give it up for Pavan.
Hello.
Welcome back, Pavan. Welcome.
Thank you. Hi, Kay.
Hello to Abhishek and Pavan. And with that, we go to 2 new contestants. Our third contestant in this episode was born and brought up in Ahmedabad, moved to the US for his master's degree, now lives in Seattle, works for Amazon. Always been a quizzing fan, right from Bonvita quiz contest to now quizzing. Thank you so much. Big fan of everything cricket, Hindi film industry, and Indian mythology. Give it up from Valay Raval. Valay.
Yep. Hey, KV. Hey, everyone.
Okay, cool. We come to our fourth and final contestant for this episode, management professional who, after corporate stints, has co-founded a travel content website along with his wife. Beautiful. They're both travel writers and do a lot of stuff around travel and work with many tourism boards across India and abroad. And quizzing has always been close to his heart and mind. Give it up for Vijay.
Good morning, KV, and good morning to everyone there.
And welcome, Vijay. Okay, let's begin. Abhishek, Pavan, Valay, and Vijay. Cool. Okay, the order will be Abhishek, Pavan, Valay, and Vijay. In the second half, which means question 9 onward, the order will be Vijay, Valay, Pavan, and Abhishek. Okay? Cool. Let's have fun. 16 new questions. Very excited. Starting with Abhishek now. Abhishek, first question. ETM Systems is a venture capital funded technology company headquartered in Bangalore. It is India's first technology firm to be based on licensing of intellectual property or IP. What is ETM an acronym for? So in the answer, I'm looking at expanding ETM. That signifies their unending quest for widening horizons of knowledge to achieve technological excellence. So this is an 80 question, but for a brand.
Nothing is coming to mind. I'll pass.
Okay, passing to Pavan.
I will pass as well.
Okay, passing to Valay.
No clue, KV. I'll pass.
Passing to Vijay.
I think therefore I am.
What a great crack. When you said I think, I was like, you are going for the answer, and then you actually did go for the answer. It is, of course, cogito, ergo, sum.
Yeah, I needed to think, right?
Yes, beautifully done. ITTIM is I think, therefore I am. Beautifully done. Okay, what a great start. 13 for Vijay right there. It is I think, therefore I am by, of course, French philosopher René Descartes. I think, therefore I am. Okay, which means we come back to Abhishek for another brand name funda, so to speak. This 2019 Bollywood song captured the daily struggles and frustrations of the largely underprivileged masses in India and became something of a rallying cry for people to keep working hard. Nirmit Parikh could relate to the song so much that he virtually named something after the title of the song that he started exactly 2 months later in 2019. What he created wanted to be a solution for 3 all at once: social network, a classroom, and a job portal. What are we discussing? Just tell me the song or what he started. Everything is related.
I'm just trying to think. Maybe it has been advertised on one of Tanmay streams. Is the song Apna Time Aega?
Okay, so what do you think he started?
Uh, Not sure of that. I'll take a pass. The song, I can guess maybe Apna Time Aega.
Okay, I'm trying to avoid splitting of points in general, and you've given everything. You've also said the answer in some sense. You've given the song. There's no point going to Pawan with that. He started something called Apna, and that's why the song is Apna Time Aega. The startup is called Apna. The song is Apna Time Aega, inspired one of the biggest blue collar job portals in India called Apna. So he started Apna, named after Apna Time Aega. Okay. So I'm going to give 8 to Abhishek, if that's okay, because he didn't give me the startup, but he gave the song, which is more or less the funda, but can't give him full points. So just 8, and we'll pass to Pawan for the next direct. Okay. On this your direct, the great epizootic of 1872 was first reported in Ontario, Canada. The outbreak is known as the most destructive recorded episode of dash influenza in history, as it killed almost 2% of the eggs out there, according to one estimate. The New York Times reported that a complete suspension of travel had been noted in the state. The same report also took note of massive freight backups being caused by the lack of transportation ability that was arising as a result of the outbreak. It triggered a very serious financial problem for the next few years in the entire region that you can see in the map also. Just tell me, what is X, because of who's getting infected, this entire economic meltdown took place?
Must be horses.
Yes, it is. It is. It is. Must be, and it is. It is the great episodic of 1872 was one of the biggest horse influenza in human history. Okay, we're talking about horses, and any effect on horse would cause effect in transportation and everything. So 10 points there to Pavan, and we go to Valay. Okay, Valay is your direct. Born in the Madras presidency, Alluri Raju became involved in anti-British activities in response to the 1882 Madras Forest Act, which effectively restricted the free movements of Adivasis. Whereas Komaraj, in association with other Gond leaders and communist revolutionaries, led a protracted low-intensity rebellion against the feudal nizams of Hyderabad and the British Raj. Komaram was also associated in the movement for Telangana statehood. Tell me, why are their names coming to public fora after so many decades? Why have we talked about these two guys after so many decades of these events?
And K, which are these two guys? Alluri Raju and Kumaram?
Komaraj. Komaram, sorry.
Kumaram. Is this anyway related to the RRR movie?
It is. It is. RRR is what I was looking for. They apparently were the inspiration behind the two characters in RRR. RRR movie is apparently inspired from the stories of these two freedom fighters. Well done. Everybody is on scoreboard after just 4 questions. Beautifully done. Okay, coming to Vijay now. Vijay, this is your direct. Vijay, Ram Kinkar Baj is the artist behind the pair of statues X and Y, which were carved out of Shivalik sandstone. In the book My Days with R. Baj, Somendranath Bandopadhyay said, I got the idea for the flower and paddy cluster in Y's hand from the old statues. You know what X held in the ancient statues? A mallet and a bag in the left hand. I have placed that too. So a bag is also there in the other hand. Money bag. My X is completely modern with a machine and a money bag. And is it possible to have the money bag and not have a fat belly? My X has it too. The entire process started in 1955 and closed in 1967. So I don't need X and Y and anything related to X and Y. Just tell me where these two statues, X and Y, are located.
I just wanted to clarify. So these statues are contemporary statues, are they?
Contemporary as in, do they exist now, is what you're asking?
Yeah, exist now, and they are of recent origin, not historical. The statues per se.
The statues are of, so one by one, they are present today as we speak. These statues are present outside. They're present, they're located somewhere. That's number one. Number two, yes, the inspiration is from history, mythology,
Okay.
something like that. And timelines in the sense is given that he started working on these statues in the 1950s and finished working in late 1960s.
Okay. So, are they by any chance in Shantiniketan?
Not Shantiniketan. Going to Abhishek.
Uh, Going by the millet, is there have to do something with Supreme Court? Or
Not Supreme Court. Going to Pavan.
Is it in Parliament?
Not the Parliament. Going to Valay.
Is it the Rashtrapati Bhavan?
Not Rashtrapati Bhavan. Okay, we'll start with Vijay. Abhishek, Pavan and Valay are somewhere there. It's outside a certain institution. Okay, but not Parliament, not Supreme Court, and not Rashtrapati Bhavan. So we'll start with Vijay again with a hint. So the big hint here is money bag. Okay, money bag is a big clue. So think of what institution you can think of outside which there will be two statues, one with money bag.
Reserve Bank?
Yes, that is correct. 5 points there to Vijay. It is the Reserve Bank of India. Okay, these are the two. This is Yaksh and Yakshi. Okay, they are the two statues outside RBI. There's Yaksh and Yakshi, and they're always in news because people keep getting confused as to what these statues are. Most people just presume this was a statue of Kuber, and because money Kuber, but then Ramkinkar Baij had to clarify, saying this is not Kuber, it is Yaksh and Yakshi.
Now you have shown the picture. I recollect seeing them
Yeah.
outside the Reserve Bank.
Outside the reserve. I used to work for like more than a year to a building right next to this building. So I used to cross these two statues every day twice while going and coming back from work on Parliament Street in Delhi. Okay. 5 points there to Vijay, which means now I come to Abhishek for the next direct. Abhishek, I'm talking about a certain country. Okay. Heavy metal is huge in X. X is a country. In fact, there are more heavy metal bands per capita here than anywhere else in the world. In 2006, the Dash heavy metal band, Lodi, took over the Eurovision Song Contest when they won the competition with their song Hard Rock Hallelujah. Some other notable Dash heavy metal bands and artists are Nightwish, Apocalyptica, Ensiferum, HIM, Amorphis, and of course, Children of Bodom. Which country are we talking about?
is it Norway?
Not Norway. Going to Pavan.
I'm going to guess Estonia.
Not Estonia. Going to Valay.
Norway was my guess as well. But I think it's one of the Scandinavian countries. So I'm going to say Sweden.
Not Sweden. Going to Vijay.
Finland?
Finland. Yes. I think Abhishek and Valay were almost there.
They exhausted the options, so
Yeah.
I got the right one.
It's not Norway, not Sweden. It's Finland. Okay, they are all Finnish bands. Okay, it is Finland. Okay. Once again, Vijay strikes with 13 because it was Abhishek's direct, which means we come back to Abhishek. Okay, Abhishek, we come back closer home with this story. According to some legend in the Ramayana, when the ocean failed to heed Lord Rama's humble prayers, the latter helplessly summoned one of his divine weapons to dry up the ocean. Anticipating his end was near, the ocean deities presented himself before Rama and pleaded for mercy. He suggested the right course to solve Rama's problem, and since the divine weapon could not go in vain once summoned, the ocean requested Rama to release the weapon towards his north, a different place, pretty famous. We all know this place. Which place is this?
It sort of has to be a desert by the description, so I'll go with the more obvious one, Thar.
Yes, well done. Thank you for not overthinking. This is, of course, The Thar Desert, okay, had to be a desert, and this is one of the origin stories for Thar Desert. Okay, 10 points there to Abhishek, which means now we come to Pavan. Pavan, there are many X and Y's here, but don't worry about that. Just tell me what the funda is, okay? For years, scientists speculated as to why X is the way it is. One belief was that it helped them camouflage in forests of bamboo and in the snow. And another suggested that it helped them maintain appropriate body temperature since Y absorbs heat and X reflects it. But in 2017, a study published claimed that the camouflage theory is in fact correct, stating that the Z dash helps the animal hide in snowy habitats while the Y dash is used for camouflage and communication. The study authors believe their Y ears are a sign of aggression towards predators, and the Y dash around their eyes helps them identify other X's. Tell me, what are we talking about? What's the funda? What are we trying to explain? Give me X, Y, Z.
So X is the name of the animal, and Y and Z are colors.
Yeah.
Is it panda and black and white?
Yes, yes, yes. That's all we wanted. It is why pandas are the way they are and why they are white and black. And this is the whole theory that black absorbs heat, X reflects it, helps them camouflage in snow because of white and black, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Essentially, the funda is why pandas are black and white. Okay, that brings us to the end of the first half. Very quick first half. Very nice, very nice. High standards of quizzing. Everybody is on board. Let's take a quick look at the score. Let's check if you guys are also tracking scores. Abhishek with 8 on Apna and 10 for Thar Desert is on 18 points. Pavan with 10 each on horse and pandas. So, Pavan has sorted animals for the day. Okay, panda and horse is on 20. Valay has 10 for RRR. And Vijay right now leading with 2 13s. 113 for I Think Therefore I Am, 113 for Finland, and 5 for RBI is on 31 points. Okay, so right now Vijay leading with 31, Pavan right behind him with 20, Abhishek right behind him with 18, Valay right behind him with 10. Okay, now we start the second half. The order will be Vijay, Valay, Pavan, and Abhishek. Let's start with Vijay. Vijay, this is your direct. We're talking about a certain company now. X's earlier pursuits have been well documented. The company tried everything from love tester machines to taxi services. Their strangest detour, however, may have been in the marketing of instant rice, which was part of some unique expansion efforts in the 1960s. X even tried peddling a vacuum cleaner before realizing the distribution relationships from their playing card history made them an ideal resource for toys and games, not small appliances and boxed food. Which company are we talking about?
Is it Nintendo?
It is Nintendo, yes. 10 points there to Vijay. It is Nintendo. Okay, Nintendo obviously famously started as a playing card company and later, of course, now we all know it as a video games company. Now we come to Valay for the next direct. Valay, 2 years after this person died, this is also a visual question, a sculpture entitled Towards Immortality and Eternal Youth was erected atop his marker. Using the actual death mask of the person, the statue depicts his shrouded figure breaking his own tombstone and emerging from the grave. Which person whose influence on science fiction is undeniable are we talking about? Okay. We're talking about a certain person who has influenced science fiction a lot. This is his tombstone, basically. Yeah.
Taking a guess, KV, is it Stan Lee?
Not Stan Lee. Going to Pavan.
Is it Jules Verne?
It is Jules Verne. Yes. 11 points there to Pavan. It is Jules Verne. Yeah, of course, his influence on science fiction comes from many of his books. Around the World in 80 Days, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Journey to the Center of the Earth. It is Jules Verne. Okay, now to Abhishek for one of those rare short direct questions. Abhishek, X is not only the first black artist to win a Grammy for Album of the Year for 1973's Inner Visions, but the first and only musician to win Album of the Year with 3 consecutive studio albums. Just tell me, which person are we talking?
Again, not overthinking much. Michael Jackson.
Not Michael Jackson. Going to Vijay.
Is it the person who's saying I just called? I'm just trying to recollect his name. Stevie Wonder.
It is Stevie Wonder. Yes, it is Stevie Wonder. Okay. It is Stevie Wonder. Okay. Okay. Next direct will be to Valay now. Valay, X are the only marsupials found north of Mexico. Marsupials, as we know, are mammals that carry and nurse their young in pouches, are absent from much of the world, and in Canada and the US, X are the sole representatives of the group. Now, like other marsupials, Mother X gives birth to tiny, underdeveloped offspring called joeys that immediately crawl into a pouch where they live and nurse during their first months of life. Only once they are grown big and strong enough to do venture out, transitioning between their mother's back and warmth of the pouch until they mature into adults. Okay, so essentially the question is, we know marsupials are mostly from southern hemisphere. This is the only marsupial that you might find in the US and Canada. Okay, which marsupial are we talking about?
Okay. Just taking a guess on the geography, is it the armadillo?
Not the armadillo. Going to Pavan.
I have no idea, so I'm gonna guess the prairie vole.
No. Passing to Abhishek.
Badgers.
No, not badgers. Going to Vijay.
Just taking a wild guess. I thought I saw the word joey,
Hmm.
and based on that, it may sound simplistic, but I'll say kangaroos.
No, not kangaroos. I know joey it's also applicable for kangaroos, but most marsupials we call it joey only. Okay, we'll start with Valay again. I'll make it simple. The answer starts with O. Valay, okay? Starts with O. O for omega.
Okay.
So just think of a marsupial,
Is it otters?
not otters. Otters, not otters. Going to
Yeah.
power.
Is it opossum?
It is opossum. Yes, opossum. Actually, in Western Hemisphere, they are the largest marsupials. Okay, opossum is correct. 6 points there to Pavan. Okay, which means we come to Abhishek for the next direct. Abhishek, in December 1956, X published a short story in Mademoiselle magazine titled A Christmas Memory about 2 cousins, the narrator, a 7-year-old referred to as Buddy, and the other, a charmingly eccentric woman in her 60s. The story begins with the woman looking out the window and announcing one early winter morning, "Oh my, it's fruitcake weather." A Christmas Memory has become a cherished holiday tale and is often included in Christmas story anthologies. Identify the author, and another clue is he's also the subject of a 2005 biographical drama. Which author are we talking about?
I'll pass.
Okay, Abhishek passes. We go to Vijay.
I can't think of anything except the fruit cake, which is written over there. So I'll pass.
Okay, passing to Valay.
Yeah, pass as well.
Okay, passing to Pavan.
Is it Truman Capote?
Is Truman Capote in that wonderful, wonderful 2005 movie. In case you haven't seen, Capote, of course. Pavan gets 13 for that. It is Truman Capote, played by Philip Seymour Hoffman. Brilliant film. And of course, brilliant writer also. I don't know why I'm only focusing on the film. 13 to Pavan. And we come back to Abhishek. Yeah, this is Truman Capote. Truman Capote, A Christmas Memory. Abhishek, you're direct. This is an 80 question. The word X traces its root to a Latin word for dazzling white, shining clear, in reference to the Romans X wearing bleached white togas as a symbol of purity at a public forum. Which word do you think we are talking about?
Slightly confused, but is it clergy?
Not clergy. Going back to Vijay.
Is it candid? Candid.
Not candid. Okay. Going to Valay.
Okay. It is clandestine.
Not clandestine. Going to Pavan.
Is it candidate?
It is candidate. Okay. Because I took a beat because etymology, they are very similar, obviously, what Vijay said and what Pavan said. But candid just doesn't fit because in reference to the Romans dash wearing bleached white togas as a symbol of purity at a public forum, Romans candid wearing bleached wouldn't fit. Romans candidate wearing bleached white togas as a symbol of purity will fit. Okay, so we're talking about candidate from candidus, meaning white, but candid was very close because etymology candid also comes from white, which is candidus. But we were looking for candidate. Okay. Oh man, should we split points here? I know.
At least something.
I know. That's why I took that beat because etymologically you were there, because like I said, candid also comes from candidus, but candid just doesn't fit here,
I only ate part of the word.
Nice. Okay. But yeah, it just doesn't fit. And I'm trying to not split points. That's why even for Apna, I didn't pass Aage, and Vijay did get the first shot on this. And if nobody improved after Candid, I would have given full points to Vijay. But we got a perfect answer from Pavan for candidate. So sorry, Vijay. This candid just doesn't fit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll have to give. It was Abhishek's direct. So 10, 11, 12, 13 to Pavan again for candidate. Okay. Now we come to Abhishek again for the next direct. Abhishek, the Manchester warehouse, which we lately visited, was a building fit for the town hall of any respectable municipality, a stately, spacious, and tasteful edifice, rich and substantial as its respectable proprietors, the well-known firm of Benneret and Co. There are nearly 100 such buildings in Manchester, not so large perhaps, for this is the largest, but all in their degree worthy of X. Okay, X was a 19th century nickname and a portmanteau, that's another hint, for Manchester. Portmanteau, as we know, is a combination of two different words, as it was a metropolis and the center of a particular industry. Because, again, just to clarify, the portmanteau comes from this, that Manchester was a metropolis and a center of a particular industry. What do you think was the nickname, which is basically X in the above para, that Manchester was referred to as?
Definitely not United or City. But
Nice.
just a guess from like, is the industry shipping?
No, I'll pass to Vijay.
Is it something to do with cotton?
Okay, go on. So what do you think?
Yeah, because having stayed in Ahmedabad, which used to be known as Manchester of India,
Of India, yes.
so I associated it with cotton.
Yeah.
Is it something to do, a word which combines cotton and metropolis, cottonopolis?
Yes, perfect. Thank you for saying it and not making my job tougher, Vijay. Not passing at cotton and then Valay or Pavan would get Cottonopolis. Perfectly done. Okay, you got it. Cotton plus metropolis is Cottonopolis, and cotton industry, like Vijay said, it was the heart of cotton industry. 11 points there to Vijay. And we come to Valay for the next direct. Okay, Valay Sankat Mochan Hanuman Temple is a Hindu temple in Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh, India, and is dedicated to the Hindu god Hanuman. It is believed that the temple has been built on the very spot where this famous Hindu preacher and saint had a vision of Hanuman. It is also believed that the saint created most of his greatest compositions in this temple. Who established this temple on the bank of Assi River in the early 16th century? Okay, we're talking about somebody who basically established this temple, Sankat Mochan temple in Varanasi, because he apparently had a vision of Hanuman at this very spot. And then there are a bunch of hints, for example, some of his greatest compositions and a few things here and there.
And this person lived in the early 16th century? Like,
Yes.
is that okay?
Yeah, that's his time.
Fine. Just taking a wild guess, is it Narsi Mehta?
Not Narsi Mehta, going to Pavan.
Is it Tulsidas?
It is Tulsi Das. You guys have no idea if Valay cracked this answer correctly. It might have been the first ever tie in the history of Quizzing with Members. But Valay helped everyone by not answering this. Of course, it's Tulsi Das, and of course, wrote Ramcharitmanas. And Tulsi Das was the person behind the foundation of Sankat Mochan Temple. 11 to Pavan for Tulsi Das. And that brings us to the end of this quiz. Oh, this is one of the tensest quizzes we've ever had. It obviously became a two-way race between Pavan and Vijay. And like I said earlier, before the next question came to Valay, which was the last question, both Vijay and Pavan were on the exact same point, despite all the differential point system and everything that we have done. But they were on the exact same point. But Pavan got this one, so there's a big difference now. I'm just feeling less guilty about the whole candidacy. If it was 1-2 point different, then I'll be like, but no. Anyway, we'll take a good look at the score now. Abhishek had 18 in the first half, ends on 18. Big round of applause for Abhishek. Valay had 10 in the first half. Valay also ends on 10. Now we come to Vijay first. Vijay had 31 in the first half. In the second half, he got Nintendo, 10 points. 11 for Stevie Wonder, and 11 again for Cottonopolis. Vijay ends on 63. Fantastically done, Vijay. So one of the best performances we have seen on Quizzing with Members, and one of the closest finishes ever, I think, in 14 episodes of Quizzing with Members. And we now come to Pavan, who literally won this on the last question. He had 20 in the first half. In the second half, he got Jules Verne, 11 there, 6 for Opossum, 13 for Truman Capote, 13 for Candidate, and 11 for Tulsi Das. Pavan ends on 74 points. Okay, which means Pavan continues to be the champion of Quizzing with Members, but signs of chinks in his armor are here. If we get another performance like Vijay, soon we might have a new champion. But first of all, thank you to Abhishek and Valay. Thank you for being part of Quizzing with Members. Big shout out to Vijay once again. Vijay, I don't know if one question here and there and you could have actually won it, but this is the toughest, one of the closest finishes we've had. You were fantastic with your range of answers, from Stevie Wonder to Cottonopolis to the RBI Funda, which I think Finland you got. There was a bunch of things you got. Beautifully done, Vijay. Big round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you. I was inspired by watching Maxwell.
Yes.
Because otherwise I had thought that Pavan would be like unbeatable, which he is. But maybe another day.
No, for sure.
Beat me today.
You almost did it. You almost did it.
Yeah. I think I need to go to Sankat Mochan for Hanuman.
You are a traveler. You should go. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
And Pavan, of course, this was a nail-biting finish, but congratulations on winning. I'll see you soon in the next episode. And thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.